Hey everyone, and welcome back to Electric Table Talk. A happy new year to you all. It is the new year as of this recording. I'm not sure when it will be up, but as of right now, if I do get a chance to put it up, it will be today. And if that's so, happy new year again. And
Happy New Year.
yes, that's Bustle, my usual co-host. And it's been 2 months now since Pokemon Sword and Shield have been released, and our last video was before the release date.
So it's been a while.
It's been a good while, but we really wanted to just let everything unfold and everything develop, all the information be released first before we did a thorough video. Or how we do it over here on the channel, our main objective is the designs of Pokemon.
aesthetic.
The concept behind Pokemon, how it fits in with the design, and how well it was executed. That's our passion over here. There are peripheral things surrounding it that we might discuss, because I really want to do a video on the story of Pokemon, and especially this year's story. So look out for that video. But in today's episode, we will be talking about the designs for the starter evolutions. So strangely enough, I'm not sure what's happening, but it's like Game Freak probably saw that they revealed a little too much information last generation. Generation 7, they revealed all the artworks, they revealed
back in Generation 7, they really overfed the fans with information and details.
And I think this year they wanted to kind of hold back on it.
And they did.
And they did, because official artworks for a lot of the Pokemon aren't out as yet. And it's been 2 months.
And the official artworks for the starters
Took a
base
long
of the games
time.
came after the games came out.
So probably they just really are trying to do things different this year, but I really didn't appreciate them holding back on so much.
Yeah.
But we're not going to take long. We're going to just dive right into it. So like I said before, the full evolution in our line's out, and we really want to give our opinions on it. And is there anything you want to say before we start?
There's things I want to say, because I think, was it like a week before the games or some days before the games, a lot of the pictures of the Pokédex came out, and
Nintendo leaks.
They were all over social media, Twitter, Tumblr, and everything.
Yeah.
And I understand.
Making videos.
Yes, and I understand. Yes, YouTubers were making videos and so on and so forth.
That's what happened when you starve us. We're gonna come breaking in the kitchen.
I think it was not even a good week before the games came out. That person's got the games, took pictures of the Pokédex, and it was all over the internet. Sobble.
You continue your point. Sorry about that. We had a intermission that we had to get to, but continue your point. You're talking about Sobble, Puzzle.
Sobble is trending, and as he said, we're gonna get into it. But I also want to know, because we were talking about the whole legal Pokemon in the future going to be going to be more serious when it comes to leaks and leakers.
Yeah.
In terms of the legality of everything.
The aspect of it.
Because I was saying, even leading up to the release of the games, when YouTubers were uploading videos, and even Twitter accounts that had the pictures of the Pokemon before the games came out, we quickly saw that the YouTubers took down their videos, and those Twitter accounts went away, and so on and so forth. So I'm sure the Pokemon company had notified or did whatever to get those videos and pages down.
Yeah, so that's a whole new that's an idea for our next video. We might delve into that. But what we are here for is the starter. So we're gonna start off with, of course, the grass type starter, and the full evolution line is Grookey, Thwackey, and Rillaboom. I think we did talk about the starters.
Yes, we did talk about this.
So we're not going to dwell too much on the babies. We're going to move into the starters.
But let's just
a reminder. But
just a reminder, because when the starters are revealed, Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble, Grookey was my least favorite out of the three. And I have to say, after seeing the full evolution line, as a collective, Grookey is my favorite.
So we go into Thwackey. What do you think about Thwacky's design? Because Thwackey suffered we saw the screenshots of the little bad photographs of it. So when I saw Thwackey, I was on the edge. I wasn't sure about the color palette. Seeing it now, I'm still not sure about the color palette. I think it is a diverged palette from the original line, which Pokemon has done with their starters before. But me, I don't like the lime green.
You don't like the lime green?
I don't like the lime green, which is where I'm getting at.
It's okay.
I just think it's for me, the lime, they could have used a different shade of green.
Let me tell you, I think the whole first stage evolution of the starters, I think they're all on the same level.
Yeah, I think they're all
we'll
get to it.
To me. That's my opinion. I think the first stage evolution is meh.
When it comes to but overall, I
don't think it's not a bad design. It's just not hitting it out of the park
for me either. Because like I said, I thought we could have used a different shade of green. Also, the silhouette for me is a bit top heavy.
Because it's this very slender, it's very almost cylindrical,
it to me is a bit top heavy. There's no real shape to
because he has this long
torso with nothing delineating the shape. He has no neck, barely any waist. There's nothing. The shape is very monotone. So those are the things that I nitpick at Thwackey. Do I think it's a good start of an evolution? Yes, I do think so.
Or do you think it's a good bridge between Grookey and Rillaboom?
Yeah, I think it does the job,
because that's the first stage of the bridge. Yes, in a two-stage evolution Pokemon, the first stage, I always look to see how the first stage bridges the two between the basic and the last stage. All those Pokemon, there have been Pokemon that the middle stage does not bridge the two at all.
No, and really. I definitely think that when it comes to Thwackey, it just does the job, but I don't think it does it well.
As I said, I think
he showed up to work. That's what Thwackey.
He came to work.
He showed up to work.
But is it clocking in the numbers? Is it getting the numbers? Is it the top broker?
No, I don't think so. But
it's not pulling in numbers. It's not going to get the big bonus at the end of the year.
No. And the final stage is Rillaboom.
Rillaboom is my favorite final stage out of the three.
Are you making that claim so early in the video?
I am.
I thought we would have gone through the other two and then you would have said that. But you're just saying that right now.
Yes, because I think I like Rillaboom. I like it better since the official artwork, which I wish that the official artwork for every Pokemon were out now, so we could have given a full critique, but we're just gonna work with what we got. But I like Rillaboom. I think it's a great gorilla.
Stunning. There's parts that I like. I love its hair.
I think they implemented the grass element.
It's stunning.
Because I think the grass thing
can be a gimmick.
Yes, because when you look at a lot of persons who do Fatemon and when they do grass, especially grass starters, it's very hard to implement the grass type in the design. Pokemon, I think, is a master of that, because here I think they did it well.
Yes, I think it was applied with taste. It was minimal yet effective. To me, that's a standout point, because when you look at Rillaboom's silhouette, not only do you easily identify that it's supposed to be a gorilla, but you see something that is special about it, and it's that hair. And when you get that full reveal, the hair was done with taste, it was done with precision, and it added that element of interest to Rillaboom's design. And I think overall the color palette,
the color palette is it
works. And even looking at it now, I didn't even realize that throughout all three, what connects them is the orange mouth, which I think was a nice touch.
Because I like Rillaboom's face.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, hair on a monkey, Pokemon, we've seen you done hair on a monkey before.
Who is that? Ooh, Simisage.
That line with the ugly hair.
Trash.
So they redeem themselves.
So overall, if you were to give the Grookey line a grade, what would you give it?
I'm going to give it an overall grade because we could have given them individual grades and then average. But that's beyond time.
I would give it an overall grade. I would probably give it like a 8.
I think it was 8. I was going to give it 7.5.
Me too. I think we would give it.
You should give it 7.
Thwack is really the element that's really bring down the line.
As I said, and I think Thwacky doesn't bring it down that much, but it does lose. It was Grookey, then it goes down a little bit to Thwacky, and then it goes back up to Rillaboom. So what do you think, 7.5 or 8?
I'm gonna give it. Oh no, I don't know. Oh, we'll come back. All right. So the next line that we're gonna talk about is the fire starter of Twizzle Do Not Start. We're gonna start with just a general overview of Scorbunny. I love Scorbunny.
Was done very well. It was disappointing that the official artwork for Scorbunny was just a rehashed silhouette for Chimchar. I hated that.
We fans spotted that Game Freak, so you're not that sneaky. But overall, I like Scorbunny. I like the athleticism. I like the color palette. It's pure white bunny. I love because when it comes to starters, and because starters are usually pure element, except for a few like Bulbasaur and Rowlet. But for most part, starters designs are heavily based off of the type they are. So usually you're gonna see that color palette being implemented a lot. So I love when we had the Litten that was pure black. I love now that we have Scorbunny that's pure white with the elements of the fire palette throughout. I like seeing that. It breaks up that stereotype.
I think Pokemon tends to, when they want to give a shocking palette, they go for white. As we saw that with Chestnut. Chestnut Final Evolution was mostly white. It derailed from.
Yeah, but I love when it breaks up brown. I love when it breaks up the colors.
We got this pure white.
I love it. I love when we break up the colors with this solid color, and then we have the accent color for the typing throughout. I love it, and Scorbunny does that well. Well, we have the evolution for Scorbunny and you've all seen it, and of course I think just the community is so boring. Every time they have to choose a fire starter, it's just like, can we have a little bit of originality in 20? I mean,
why be such a cliche?
Let's go into this next decade with a little bit more thought into choosing our starters. We got 4 generations this last decade. I'm not sure if that's going to happen this decade, but if we see, let's just go in with a little thought.
Let's see. I'm going to choose a grass starter. I'm just the water. Everybody choosing the fire.
I have to see the starters before I can choose who. But going on to Raboot, I want to start. I like Raboot. Raboot's actually my favorite bridged stage 1 evolution of the starters, because I think it really does. The Raboot is bridging the gap. It has athleticism. It has athletic wear to it. It's has this adolescence about it that I think stage 1 Pokemon, out of us a 2-stage evolution, stage 1 Pokemon are usually like that teen age in the line. You know, you have your child, your teen, your adult, and I think Raboot encapsulates the attitude, and I love it. I love these. I like here Pokemon is doing well with having clothing within the design but making it look natural. They have a problem with that sometimes with Machoke and Throw and Soft. I don't think they did not the nail well with that, but I think they did it with Raboot, and I like it.
I'm the total opposite. You said the clothing was not done in a subtle manner. No, I don't think it's subtle at all. I think it's too close to actual clothing.
No,
I don't like it.
The only thing that gives it away it's a collar. I think there's a specific name for it, and I've seen it where what it actually is, but I think it's a color that gives away. But I think from then down, I think it's implemented so you don't really see it as clothes.
I see it as clothes, and then
when it's
in the game, when it's a bit animated, it puts its 2 hands or
in its fur,
rabbit's foot
to look like pockets,
to look like sweater pockets or whatever.
I think it's effective now.
It's too close to clothes.
I think Raboot was my favorite stage 1 of the starters.
As I said, the first stage evolutions are okay. I don't think any of them really knocks it out of the park.
We're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back. Just give us a few seconds. All right, we are back now. We were continuing about Raboot, and Plus was saying Raboot. You didn't like Raboot's design. So, is there anything else you want to say about Raboot?
No, I think I've said everything. I mean, it's.
I like Raboot.
I'm not gonna throw it in the trash and throw it away. It's a bad design. Get it out of my side. I'm not gonna say that, but I think it's disappointing.
I like it.
But it is.
And
what
after
it is.
Raboot is Cinderace. Now, when we saw Cinderace in the screen, the leaks, right? When I saw Cinderace, I didn't know what to think about Cinderace. I thought Cinderace was actually stage 2, and then I found out it was. I actually, honestly, Cinderace I thought was the stage 1. I mean, I thought Cinderace was what Scorbunny evolved into, and then its final evolution. Because based from the shoddy screenshots that we got, to me, it looked short, it looked tiny. So I was like, okay, is this supposed to be the final evolution? I'm usually a more statuesque design.
But I kind of like that. Cinderace
was
is
a
that
bit
kind of.
More humanoid, more.
He's the 5'6" guy.
Yes.
In the group of
5'9",
5'10" and 5'11".
Yeah.
But he's still the cool guy. He's the guy.
And that's what happened.
5'6".
So when the official artwork came in, we saw it in gameplay. That's how I started seeing it, and it grew on me. And Cinderace grew on me. We give our final rankings after we talk about everybody, but Cinderace did grow on me. I think where Puzzle had an issue with the Raboot's clothing, I too now I think it's a little bit obvious that Cinderace is wearing shorts.
Yes, I do not like Cinderace's design. I'm sorry. Seeing it in official artwork, and that's why I cannot stress the importance of official artworks. I prefer to react to official artwork.
First impressions.
Because because when I saw it from the leaks, I did not like it. The official artwork kind of the official artwork helps it a bit, but doesn't really help it that much. The arms, I don't like how the arms are so short. The headpiece with the ear, I think it's a bit. It reads amateur to me. There's something about the headpiece design that's a bit amateur to me. Don't like the shorts.
There's a lot of elements you don't like.
No,
I'm not too critical about certain things. My main gripe, I did have an issue with the arms being that short. But I think
I don't like it's short, and I don't like the shape of the arms. I don't like these tiny little paws.
It's a rabbit, though.
But the other arms on Scorbunny and Raboot don't look like that.
Well, that's proportionate to their size. I don't have an issue with the arms. I think my main thing is the shorts are a bit obvious.
I mean, the arms are short. I think
I know
design
people
weird.
might be very
like
annoyed with us, but you have to be realistic.
No, in
these
a second,
these are supposed to be in our real life animals. Animals don't have wrestling belts on. They don't have clothing on. They're not supposed to have shorts.
That's a whole nother kettle of fish.
That's not but it's to my point. I don't like the shorts, and then there might be fans out there who don't have a problem.
This is a final stage.
And I'm gonna say it's supposed to be a soccer player, so it should have shorts.
This is a final stage starter Pokemon. I shouldn't be expecting those kind of arms. The arms just look too short, stubby. They look a bit cartoonish.
The next starter and our final starter is our water starter, the Sobble evolutionary line. Sobble was my favorite coming out of the trailer that introduced the starters.
Yeah.
Sobble was my favorite. I did feel like this might have been the Greninja 2.0, and I was kind of fearful of that because I'm just like, we just did Greninja not too long ago, and Greninja was a fan favorite, and I was worried that all of the favoritism that had fallen on Greninja would have be on top of Sobble as well, because it was another water reptile, water lizard, so I was concerned about. But we've come to find out in these last 2 months that it was diverted to another starter. but I like Sobble. Sobble was my favorite coming out of the trailer. Drizzile, when it came to Drizzile, the name I think was a bit obvious.
I like the name.
Plus likes the name. I liked it captures the adolescent stage that Pokemon goes for really well. It has this emo aspect to it that I really like. I like the pop of purple. I like the green I like the green accents on the feet and arms. I don't like the glove aspect because I think it has no real world reference when you put on something of that shape and it looks like gloves. But that's my only gripe with Drizzile.
Drizzle's my favorite first stage of the starters. I like the emo look. I love the color additions of the purple and the green. The mitten or the mitten hands don't bother me that much, like how they bothers Minun. Overall, I like Drizzile. As I said before, I like the name, and it's my favorite first stage out of the starters.
When we came on to Inteleon now, Inteleon had mixed reviews, mostly negative through those screenshots that had leaked. Mine was negative as well, and I was hoping that it would have been redeemed through official artwork. But looking at Inteleon's design, we get that spy motive. It's the what type of Pokemon?
It's a secret agent Pokemon.
Secret agent Pokemon. Of course, we're in the UK, so this is our James Bond reference. I wish we have seen more of that throughout the Pokédex. It was just only really Inteleon that had this spy secret agent motive going on. I wish we'd have seen it a little bit more explored throughout the Pokédex, but I guess they just reserved it for Inteleon.
What, you would have liked to see more Pokemon be agents?
I would have liked to see something more akin to the spy agency and organization and the different tiers of secret agents. Just sprinkle all throughout the Pokemon. Just have that little motive running through. I mean, that James Bond is a 50+ year franchise. And we reserved it for one Pokemon.
Yes, and because I don't think that it's that much of an interesting concept to have spread it.
I think so too. I think probably. I'm not sure. We're not British. I'm not sure if that's something the Britons probably would have loved to see. But I would have liked to see probably one or two Pokemon carry that theme.
I don't think we have.
I explained why.
I don't think. But in past generations, you're not going to see one concept for a Pokemon be spread throughout a Pokédex. That doesn't make sense.
I'm sure if we looked through, we would have seen. We could have come up with some idea.
They do it with typings. Like you see a generation introduce a type combination throughout. There may be one or two or more Pokemon will have the same type combinations, but not concepts. But I liked Inteleon. I don't like the hate. I don't know if it was greatly deserved or whatever, but I liked Inteleon. I thought its design fit its theme. The only thing I don't really like is that it gained back the same color palette as Sobble. We were moving in such a cool direction with Drizzile's color palette, and then they went back to Sobble's color palette. I don't like that. And these hands are just they stick out like an eyesore.
I think like a sore thumb. I wish we had just remained in that reptilian.
I think the hands could have been more reptilian.
Yeah,
it just look these big hands, and they just stick out like sore thumbs.
Yeah.
But as I said, Inteleon, I liked Inteleon. I like it over Cinderace.
I would have seen another draft of it, to be honest.
Yes.
And I would have appreciated seeing probably a one or two more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of the starters, the final evolutions came to my desk for approval. I would have approved Rillaboom right away. I think Rillaboom is that final draft that has taken all the corrections and recommendations and made it into its final design. I would have wanted to see drafts for Cinderace and Inteleon, so I've sent those back.
I would have kept Rillaboom and Cinderace, and I would have seen probably two more ideas for Inteleon's final design. But final scores.
Final scores for Grookey Line 8, Scorbunny 7, and Sobble 7.
For me, Rillaboom would be 8. I do think Scorbunny's line I would give 8 as well, and I would have given I didn't give Scorbunny 8. No, Sobble's line would be 7.5, which overall are good designs. These are the starters. Pokemon are going to give us terrible designs, but they have, I think, missed the mark in some areas for the starters over the years. But thank you guys for watching. We have sorry about the long wait of videos. We're gonna try to get some more to you. I know we've made that promise before, but what we really want you guys, for the very few that are watching, share it with one of your Pokemon friends. Share it on your Twitter and your Instagram. Give your opinions in the comments. Let us know what you guys think, and we'll see you in the next one.